The Five Dysfunctions of a Team. Michael Bell, Ivan Colon, Wilda Colon, David Diaz, and Leah Harden, Austin Peay State University. The fable begins with Decision Tech, one of the most promising startup technology companies located in Half Moon Bay near Silicon Valley. The company had a recipe for success: premier executive team, an indestructible business, and despite these advantages, the company quickly started to experience a series of setbacks. Deadlines were missed, employees left the company, and morale diminished. After a bit, it was time for a change. 2 years after their startup, the board asked the company's CEO and co-founder, Jeff, to resign his position, offering him the head of business development. The staff seemed comfortable by the change because the organization as a whole held Jeff accountable. He accepted, and a new CEO was hired. Catherine was 57 years old, married to a high school teacher and basketball coach, and raised 3 boys. Earlier in her career, she taught 7th grade for a few years, and then she enrolled in a 3-year business program and found her passion for business. She spent most of her career in operational roles in low-tech companies, started her career in the military, none of which fit Decision Tech's culture. But what she did possess was an amazing gift for building teams. She met with her direct reports and spent most of her time walking the halls and silently attending meetings just to observe. Jeff continued to lead the weekly executive staff meetings while she just listened. The only real action she took during that time was to announce a series of executive retreats that they would be attending in Napa Valley over the course of the next few months. The executives did not agree and thought they were too busy dealing with real problems. The executive team lacked cohesion, decision-making skills, and general interest. Individually, each member possessed the skill, education, and qualifications necessary to be assets to the team, but they did not work well together. Catherine's objectives and intentions were questioned not only by the executives, but the chairman of the board as well. She shared some eye-opening advice. A fractured team is just like a broken arm or leg. Fixing it is always painful, and sometimes you have to re-break it to make it heal correctly. And the re-break hurts a lot more than the initial break because you have to do it on purpose. Catherine set goals for the team, to become a team, to work together. The revenue and growth and profitability would grow with building a new team. And also, one of the goals was customer growth and satisfaction. Catherine explained the 5 reasons teams are dysfunctional. The absence of trust. Trust is the foundation of teamwork. Teams are successful if they open up to one another, if they admit their mistakes and weaknesses and concerns, and hold healthy debates. The inclination of a team member to pursue individual recognition, risking the sought-after goals of the whole team. Fear of conflict. Trust allows a team to have an open, constructive, ideological conflict. Healthy conflict occurs when individuals discuss issues and avoid personal attacks, trying to come up with the best solution for the team. The lack of commitment. Ambiguity is the importance of committing to a plan or decision and getting the group to buy into it. Avoidance of accountability. Team members must hold their peers accountable for achieving goals and strive towards high standards. The team traveled twice to Napa. After the first Napa meeting, Catherine observed the team not engaged with one another. The team had minimal interaction and avoided acknowledging the time spent off-site learning team-building concepts. After the second Napa meeting, difficulty in accepting the team made it possible for positions to change. People left the company and others were put in their place due to the abilities, primarily, of not wanting to be part of the team. Several weeks later, at the last of the off-site meetings, Catherine pointed out that the company was still behind its two competitors, but encouraged the team by stating she felt they were on the right track. She drew a triangle and wrote down the 5 dysfunctions and had the team re-examine each one. Soon, the team began discussing the recent small victories they had achieved, like more trust amongst the group, reduced fear with conflict, and more buy-in concerning their objectives and deliverables. She continued by encouraging the team to remain disciplined and persistent. The next year, Decision Tech increased its sales dramatically, meeting its revenue goals during 3 of the 4 quarters. Company turnover was reduced and morale increased. While observing her team, Catherine began to see not only that her team was continuing to be cohesive, but that they were more active, noisy, assertive, eager, and enthusiastic. Criticism. The ideas of leadership and teamwork that the author discusses is exclusively based upon American Western culture ideology and would most likely not transfer well to other countries and or cultures, especially those with alternate conceptions of power of negotiation between leaders and subordinates. Encomium. Highly recommended adding the 5 dysfunctions of a team, a leadership fable, to any academic and public libraries, personal or business libraries, with management collections as required professional development reading for management personnel, especially junior managers.